Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Cheryl. Just moving the camera a bit. Thank you very much for joining me. If you're a new viewer, hello, welcome, and if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. This particular video is just going to be a casual update kind of video. I'm going to be knitting while I'm talking. I have a crochet project to show you, and I'll show you my knitting project. I'm also going to show you the book I'm reading, the books plural that I'm reading, and I just do a little bit of a catch-up because I haven't really done many videos lately. I have a lot planned. I just haven't done them. So sit back, grab your knitting or crochet or your sewing or cross stitch, grab a cup of coffee, a cup of tea. I don't have anything. I do have a glass of water over there, but I'm not drinking it, so hopefully I won't cough. So, first of all, this is my eyelet skirt. I'm working on the side panel. So if you had watched, I believe it was the last video, I showed you my back panel, which is finished. This is the side panel. Now, the back panel I did in a size large. Now, I'm not a size large. I am bigger than a size large. Normally, I'm a 1 or 2X in most clothing. The sizing when I did the 1X in the gray yarn was way too big. So I'm doing a size large in the back and size medium in the sides. Just because it's 4 panels, it's all sewn together. And if you put 4 size larges, it's like the waist is way too big. And I'm not that big in the waist. And I don't understand the sizing in that. Other than that, I love the pattern. So, and I'm probably going to make more. If I can get this skirt to look good and to feel good and to do what I want it to do, I will make more, like lots more of these skirts because I'm loving the pattern. So this is it. It's got, now one thing I did do wrong, which I think I did wrong in the last one too, is, so it'll match. There's some gradual decreases and I don't know what I did, but as you can see on this side, it's like long, and that's the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to have a flare out, and the other side doesn't really have a flare out. I mean, it has a bit of one, comes out like that. I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to be or if I'm just doing it wrong. I don't know, but I don't really care. I mean, right now, this is more of a first draft kind of thing. I'm a writer, so I compare things to writing in books. This is kind of like a first draft, a rough draft. If I can get it to look good, that's great. I'll wear it. If not, lesson learned, and I can take from it what I want to make in the next one I make. But I'm hoping I'll be able to wear this one. So that's the lace pattern, which I absolutely love. It looks like dog prints to me. Or cat paw prints. Anyways, I'm using size 4 needles. Now, they do say when you get to the part I'm on, which is just stockinette, and then a decrease every 20 rows 4 times. It's a free pattern, so I don't mind sharing that. I will link the pattern below as well. It is the Eyelet Skirt by Laura Murphy. And when you get to the stockinette and the decreases, you're supposed to go a smaller needle. I don't have a smaller needle, and really that could be why it's too big for me on the waist. Now that I think about it, that could easily be why. But, you know, I'm using just the 4mm the whole way down. So I have this much left in my ball. I've used about probably a total of 1 skein, about 2 halves of a half skeins. Plus, no, half of 1 plus this. So this is almost done. So 1.5. So yeah, I'm enjoying this pattern. I love working on it. I'm about to do decrease row, so I'm just going to knit while I talk to you. What I am worried about this pattern, if you care to know, is I'm worried about the back panel because I have a big behind. So I'm not embarrassed to admit it, I do. So I'm worried that the skirt will be too short on the back once it gets on me. And women who are overweight and have a big behind know what I mean. If you know, you know, right? So, I'm kind of worried about that. I'm wondering if maybe I should have made the back panel to be an inch or two lower or longer. I'll have to take into account of that and make notes and see if the next one I make, I might have to make a little bit longer. But we'll see. Right now, like I said, this is a rough draft. I'm just trying it out. This is cheap yarn. This yarn is, I believe it's Red Heart Super Saver Metallic, Black Metallic. So it was like $4.50 or $4.25 or something a skeins, so it's not too bad. And, I mean, if you're going to do rough draft, you might as well do it on yarn that doesn't cost too much. And I can't afford expensive yarn anyways. Speaking of which, I got my food bank hamper yesterday, which was so nice. Got a lot of frozen meat, which I'm happy about. I mean, it's like for a single person, so it's just like a one serving kind of thing, but that's fine. I'm a single person, so that's fine. And I got quite a few frozen meat, so that's really nice. That's wonderful, because I can't afford frozen meat very often, so, or any kind of meat. So that's nice. And yeah, it's been good. I mean, I'm excited for Easter. I'm going to have some steak, because I did get a piece of steak from the food bank, so I'm excited to have that for Easter. It's just going to be me and when is Easter? Is it this weekend or next weekend? It's this weekend, right? I think so. My roommate's parents and sister will be in town until the 18th or 19th, so she'll be with them, so I'll probably just be by myself, but that's fine. My parents are up at their place. They're planning on going to, like, the prairies to Saskatchewan and Manitoba soon, so that'll be their big trip. And yeah, so anyways, I don't know why I talked about that. I hope you have a wonderful Easter if you celebrate Easter. If you don't, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. So oh, what was I going to say? I had a whole thing planned of what I was going to talk about. Anyways, so I've been knitting, I've been reading. So currently I'm trying to finish this book today. So this is Duck the Halls by Donna Andrews. I am loving this book. I love all of Donna Andrews' books. This is a cozy mystery. It follows Meg Laszlo, and she is a blacksmith. She's a blacksmith, but she has a wonky family. A very fun family, a full family, a big family, but lots of fun. And they have lots of animals, so each of the books are based on an animal. And this is a Christmas one, of course. And I just love this book. I laugh out loud all the time when I'm reading them. They're really good on audiobook as well. This one is a large print book, and I'm enjoying it. And yes, it is a Christmas one, and it's in the middle of April, but I can read Christmas books any time of the year. So I'll show you my bookmark. This one is I Read Past My Bedtime. I got this from Indigo. It says on the back. I got it from Indigo, and which is a bookstore in Canada. And it's kind of like our Barnes and Noble. And I got these two bookmarks from Curly Reader, the Curly Reader. She is a booktuber. Love her. Her name is Amanda. And she makes homemade bookmarks and sells them on Etsy. So I decided to support her and get some. I found some I really liked. So I just bought two. I couldn't really afford a lot. Shipping is really great. It's a great price. I mean, I live in Canada. She's in Minnesota, I think. And is that MN? Is that Minnesota? I don't know. It says MN. I don't know the states very well. I think it's Minnesota. Anyways, she's the shipping to Canada from there isn't too bad, so that was really great. and it was just in an envelope. So I got, this is my favorite. I'm sorry for the glare. When in doubt, go to the library. I love that bookmark. And then on the back, it's the little books. I love it. And then this one is a quote from Catherine Applegate. It says, I like colored tales with black beginnings and stormy middles and cloudless blue sky endings, but any story will do. So again, that's a quote from Catherine Applegate. And if you look on the back, there is an ape. Now, Catherine Applegate, didn't she write the Ivan story? I can't remember what it's called. Is it just called Ivan? I can't remember. But didn't she write that book? I think she did, so that's really cute. I like this bookmark too. But this one's my favorite. This one's my favorite. I love it. When in doubt, go to the library. I mean, what better thing to say than that? So I will link Amanda's Etsy store below because she's just wonderful. And I'll link her channel below as well, her YouTube channel. Go show her some love. She's wonderful. She reads a lot of historical fiction and middle grade. And she's wonderful. I just found her channel probably a year ago, and she just started selling bookmarks on Etsy, I believe. They're handmade, like she makes them. And I believe she just started maybe a few months ago. I'm not sure exactly when she started selling them, but I love her bookmark. She's got quite a few different ones and always coming up with new ones. So go show her some love. Shop on Etsy. Good prices in Canada. Canadian prices. I think this was $2.50 or $2.99, something like that. So in the US it'd be cheaper. So yay. And the shipping was only like $3, I think. So that was really good because shipping in Canada is horrible if you don't know. So the fact that she got it from the United States to Canada for like $3, that's not bad. I mean, some people might think that's awful, but for Canada, that's not bad. That's really good. So, and again, it was just sent in an envelope. So, and she sent a little note with it that said thank you for the order. So that was cute. That was really nice. And yeah, I will definitely be buying more bookmarks from her because I love bookmarks. I don't dog ear. I think dog earing is abusive to books. Okay, not really, but I just don't like dog earing. And so I love bookmarks and I want to collect some. And I don't mind supporting a small business. I mean, that's just wonderful. So, okay, we are on. We need to do another 19 rows and then another decrease. So this is just stockinette. Oh, but I do want to show you before I get going on that. I did start a new project because, you know, I do. And I'm working on my dad's knitted blanket still. I had a pile of them, of the squares, but I think I put them over there. So I do have one square here that I made. I've made quite a few in the last while. I want to get it done before Christmas, hopefully before summer. So this is a pink one, and this side is the right side. So there's the heart. So, yeah, I'm making those. So I've got like about 6 or 7, maybe 8 of them made up in the last 2 weeks. So I'm working on that every day. And then I started a new project because I really wanted to crochet. So I started the As You Go or As We Go stripy blanket. I will link the pattern below. It is a free pattern from NotSoAverageCrochet.com or NotYourAverageCrochet.com, something like that. I've seen this blanket in a few knitting channel or crochet channels, and I've started it before, but I just never continued it, and I just stopped it. So this time I'm going to do it. I'm doing it. So I started it. Again, it's a free pattern, and basically every row is a different stitch. So this is what I've done so far, and I've made it quite long. And these are all the ends I have to weave in, which I'm going to do today probably, because I want to weave in as I go. But I want to finish this row and then weave those in. I'm loving it. Again, each row is different stitches. We've got the pinwheel or whatever on this one, and it's just, I'm loving it. It's fun. The pattern is easy to understand. It's got pictures showing you what it should look like. Really great. Again, a free pattern on the website. I will link it below. Love this. I am basically using the colors that I'm doing my dad's blanket in. So, hopefully I don't use it all up. I'm hoping to finish my dad's blanket squares before I finish this so that I have enough to use this. I mean, that doesn't make sense. But anyways, I'm going to be buying some more yarn soon anyways from Walmart. So, yeah, that's part of my grocery haul is yarn. So, oh, and my library is having a Friends of the Library book sale in May. I'm so excited. I can only spend about $20, $25 again because I'm sorry for that. I don't have a lot of money, so I don't have a lot of money right now. So hence the reason why I need the food bank, and hence the reason I can only buy about 2 skeins of yarn a month. Sometimes 3, sometimes 4 if I really work at it. But because of the book sale, I want to spend about $20 to $25 there, and so that takes out of my yarn and my groceries. So I don't know how I'm going to work that out, but I will. And I think I'll be buying 2 skeins of yarn next month in the end of April. So we'll see. I do need to buy more black yarn, the black metallic for this. And then I do want to buy, well, I want to buy 2 more skeins of yarn for Dad's blanket, but I don't know if I'll be able to, so. But I do have quite a bit of extra yarn on different colors. So I have enough to make a few more squares. So that's good. Yeah. What else? What else have I been doing? I've also been reading. Hold on. See my flabby arms. I've also have to finish this book soon. This is Our Violent Ends. It's shiny. Let's go over here. Our Violent Ends by Chloe Gong. This is the second book in a duology. I believe it's going to be a duology. The first book was Our Violent Delight. And I'm loving this book. It's kind of gory. There's some parts. It's I think I've talked to you about this series before, but it's basically Romeo and Juliet if they were the heirs of 2 gangs in Shanghai in the 1920s. So they are the heirs to the controlling gangs, which are the White Flowers and the Scarlets. And Roma and Juliet, hence the reason why it's a Romeo and Juliet retelling, are the heirs to those 2 gangs, and they are against each other. They hate each other. They used to love each other, but then something happened, which I won't delve into because that's a spoiler for the first book. And they fell in love, and then they stopped. Something happened, and they had to quit being in love, and they end up hating each other. So the 2 gangs are in a blood feud, so they're killing each other and stuff. And then suddenly in the first book, a monster comes, and there's, how can I explain this without being a spoiler? There's something going on that's killing a whole bunch of people, like hundreds of people, and they're actually tearing at their throats and dying by their own hands. And it's to do with this monster. And so Romeo and Juliet, they get together to find out what's killing everybody, because it's killing both the Scarlets and the White Flowers. So they get together to solve that. They kind of do that at the end of the first book, and then a plot twist comes, and it's just horrible. And then this book is the second one, and I'm worried because I know how Romeo and Juliet ends. And even though they kill people, I'm kind of attached to Romeo and Juliet, so I'm kind of worried, and I don't want to read this, but I do. I only have, I think, 7 days to finish reading this before it's due at the library, so I've got to read it. I'm tortured though because I know that this book has a torturous ending that's going to bother me. Because we all know how Romeo and Juliet dies. I mean, not dies. Well, Romeo and Juliet do die. Spoiler for Romeo and Juliet if you haven't read it. I figure everybody knows the ending of Romeo and Juliet by now, but I just spoiled it for you. I apologize. I meant to say I know how Romeo and Juliet ends, and I'm kind of worried that's going to end the same way. So, I'm worried. I hope they have a happy ending, but I'm worried. So, yeah. So those are the two books I'm reading right now. I do have all of these books to read. Plus I have some more over there. Plus I have like 12 waiting for me at the library to pick up. Kind of went overboard, but I do that. I like to have lots of choices. And I don't own many books. So I like to look and see all these books. So it's the way I do it. My brother always makes fun of me. He's like, you don't read them all, so why do you get them all? And I just like choices. I like to sign them all out and then decide each day what I want to read. It's the way I do it. And I know I felt seen because I saw another booktuber say that she does that. And I was like, yes, I feel seen. Except she usually gets like 100 books out. So me, I get about 50 books out at a time. Like over the month, over the couple of months, I get about 50 bucks. So, yeah. Right now I have like 45 on hold or whatever. So if they come in, I've already got like 37 books out, but I'm taking some back. So I finished some. Oh, I did finish Where the Crawdads Sing, which is right here. I don't know if I did a review of this book. I know I did, but I think it was part of a vlog that I never put up. So if I already told you about this, I apologize. This is Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. I loved this book. It was so good. This is one book that I'm going to look for at the library book sale to see if I can find a copy. Because I finished this about probably a little bit over a week ago, and I'm still thinking about it. I had a huge book hangover. I love this book. This is a historical fiction about a girl named Kaya, and Kaya had gone, some people in the book world pronounce it Kia. I pronounce it Kaya because I know Amaya, and it's the same spelling except for the K, so I call her Kaya. But Kaya is a girl who has a really sad life. She lives in the marshes with her parents and her brothers and sisters, and she doesn't have a good childhood. Even as a young child, she's abandoned by her mom, and her dad is a drunk, and he is abusive to the kids, not to her personally, but to the other kids and to his wife when she was there. So there is a trigger warning. There is a couple scenes of on-page abuse, which were really hard to read. So just to let you know, there are a couple on-scene spousal and one scene of child abuse. They do talk about child abuse in some other scenes. Nothing graphic, just saying, yeah, well, when dad hit me or whatever, kind of thing like that. The one thing we do learn to, and this is another trigger warning, so I'm just going to let you know, is the dad suffers from PTSD. So that's not an excuse for abuse, I know that. But that is something he deals with. So he does that by drinking. So, anyways, they live in the marsh. Her mom leaves them. Her brother, that she loves to death, has left them. Her sisters has all left. Her dad raises her for a few years, and then he abandons her, and she's left to live on her own in the marshes. And she's only like 10 years old at this time, 9 years old, something like that. And she basically raised herself in the woods and in the marsh. And the way she's treated by people in the nearby town is just horrible. How they didn't step up and go and make sure she was being looked after, I don't understand. I don't understand. It's obvious. If a child came in all dirty with tangled hair and no parents into my grocery store all the time, I would check up on it. You know, like, I don't understand how they didn't check to make sure she was being looked after. But anyways, she raises herself in this little shack in the marsh, and this book is takes place in two timelines. One timeline is in 1969 when there is a murder of a man, a well-known man. His body is found in the marsh. The other timeline is Kaya growing up from the age of 6 until 1969 when she is 22 or 23. So it goes through the years there and how the man who died ended up there. And it's just an amazing book. The ending was beautiful, and yet I don't like how it ended. I think it was really well written. The prose in this book was so good. It was so beautiful. I would have ended it a different way, and I'm not going to tell you how I would have ended it because it would be a spoiler, so I'm not going to tell you how it ended, but I would have ended it a different way. If you want to know, you can like DM me or something, and I will let you know, but no, I didn't like how it ended, although it was a beautiful ending, so take that as you will. I love that book. 5 stars, totally. This is probably my favorite book this year so far. And that's compared to our Violent or These Violent Delights, which was the first one to this book, which was also favorite of the year. So I've had some really good books this year. I've given out a lot of 5 stars, so I'm happy with my reading this year. Which reminds me, I will be doing a book review of all the books I read in the first quarter. I just haven't done that yet. I've learned how to edit, so I'm going to be putting pictures of all the books, and I'm so excited for that. I mean, I still don't know how to put a picture up in the corner of, like, the camera. I don't know how to do that. But I can put, well, I do know how to put, like, the little camera in the corner of me talking, so maybe I can show the pictures. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But, yeah, I'm going to do that video soon, so you can look forward to that. And I'm just going to sit here, watch some YouTube, and do some more knitting. So I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed this kind of convoluted video. And, again, I will leave the Curly Readers YouTube channel and bookmark store on Etsy down below, link down below, and the pattern for the stripy blanket. What's it called again? As We Go stripy blanket, and the pattern for the eyelet skirt as well. Okay, thank you for watching. Have a great day. God bless you and all you do. Bye.